Hello and welcome to the video tutorials for Coalition for Livable Futures Regional Equity Atlas 2.0. The purpose of these video tutorials are to give the user a better idea of the functionality and the tools that are available within this Equity Atlas. To begin, let's start with the Welcome window. As you see within your screen, there are two visible windows. Up front is the Welcome window itself, which gives a brief description of the Equity Atlas tool with two selections at the bottom. As you see, one says Create Your Own Maps, and the other one says View Scenario Maps. In the background is the second window, which is the actual Equity Atlas tool. You will see at the top there's a toolbar, and on the left there's a table of contents. Currently, these functionalities are disabled, and you can only select either the Create Your Own Maps or View Scenario Maps. What Create Your Own Maps does is just allows you to jump right into the tool and start using the functionalities that are available within the toolbar. As you see in the top right of the window as well, there's an X bar, and this X button allows you to jump right into the tool itself. This is basically the same as Create Your Own Maps. So let's go ahead and press the button. As you see, we're in the tool right now, and it allows you to use all the functionality that was disabled while in the Welcome window. So, to go back to the windows and see the Welcome window and see what the View Scenarios Maps is, just go ahead and select Windows in the toolbar and then select Welcome. Now we're back at the Welcome window, and we have the option to select either of the buttons again. And what Scenarios Maps does is that it allows you to jump into a new window which highlights already predetermined scenarios within the tool itself. So let's go ahead and press that button. So as you see, there are these selections that you can choose from. Each one of these selections is a compilation of an indicator that is located, or data that is located in the tool, that has been combined together by CLF developers to allow the user to look at what CLF feels are important indicators or important scenarios that have been created. So within this scenario selection, there are 10 categories. So the first one's community, the next one's demographics, we have education, we have food, health, healthy environment, housing, parks, transportation, and lastly, vulnerable populations. Again, within each of these categories, you have selections of different scenarios. Some of these scenarios are combinations of two indicators or possibly more, and some are just one indicator which the data has been manipulated to help you understand how the data is being portrayed within the map. So for example, let's go to education. And let's go to the second row, and you see on the left one, it says schools with 85% or higher of their student body eligible for free and reduced lunch. So this is just one indicator which has been where the data has been changed so that it allows the user to see only those schools with 85% or higher of their student body eligible for free or reduced lunch. So rather than seeing all the schools, you're only seeing these individual schools. So by clicking it, let the tool load for a second, and now as you can see, it's already been loaded. In the top you can see the title where it says schools with 85% or higher of their student body eligible for free and reduced lunch, and you can see the schools that meet that requirement. When you scroll over the schools, it allows you to see the school name and the percentage of students eligible for free and reduced lunch. For example, this one is Vose Elementary, which has 86.02% of their students eligible for free and reduced lunch. To go back to the scenarios, maybe if you want to select another scenario, click on the windows and again click on the Welcome. You are more than happy or more than welcome to identify or select another scenario, which will then be reloaded within the tool. So, for example, let's go down to health and select two indicators that are, rather than one that's been manipulated like the one we saw in the education. So within health, we have body mass index, versus sidewalk density. So again, these are two indicators that are being laid on top of each other that allows the user a better idea of how sidewalk density within the Portland metro region compares to body mass index. So when you click this, give it a second, and once it's loaded, you will see that there are two indicators that are laid right on top of each other. There we go. Now that it's loaded, you can see that you have on the below this kind of red layer here, you have kind of a another raster layer below that shows the sidewalk density. So for example, let's go ahead and turn off the obesity or body mass index layer, and you can see what's below is basically the sidewalk density within the Portland metro region. The redder it is, the more dense. So as we can see, as we're downtown or in the east side Portland here, we have a denser sidewalk infrastructure. But then when we click the obesity that lays on top of it, you can see the relation between obesity levels or body mass index and the density of sidewalks. And so this is an example of how the user can utilize the scenario function within the Equity Atlas tool. So for future video tutorials, we'll be discussing the other sections of this toolbar and the functionality of the different sections of the toolbar, as well as the table of contents and other functionalities that the tool has to offer the users. Until then, bye-bye.